Welcome back to the 406 Stacker channel, coming to you from the last best place. I want to ask you today, are you a slave? This is my great-great-grandfather. George Shelton was his name. You can see he didn't live a very long life. Worked in a coal mine in West Virginia. Was killed way too early. Here's some of the company houses that he lived in. Company houses. This is the mine that he worked for, the Jewel Ridge. And the reason I ask if you're a slave, when he worked at this mine, this is how he got paid. Company tokens. Not real money. Not paper money, not gold and silver, but company tokens that could only be spent at this store. When he died in 46, my grandfather, Don here, had to quit school and go work underground in the mines so that his family could still stay in the company housing. Here's George's wife, my great-grandmother Irene. They were going to get kicked out of their house because they had no possessions. They had a few of these coins that could only be spent at the company store, right? And so Grandpa had to go work underground in the mines. He hated it. He eventually ended up joining the military. When he got out of the military, he became a union carpenter. And he worked a good job, provided a good living for his family. But while they were there at this mine, they were slaves. There was nothing they could do really to escape. The harder they worked, the more enslaved they were. You guys have all probably heard the song, right? Another ton, another dollar pour. Anyway, I thought I would share that. I think currently there's a lot of us that are slaves to the dollar. Paper, fiat currency has no value at all. Cryptocurrencies, I hold some cryptocurrency, but I hold it as an investment. I think there's a few chosen currencies out there that someday are going to be valuable. Now, I don't like the idea of crypto. Again, you're going to be a slave. The whole social credit score, right? If you do the wrong thing, say the wrong thing, you're at the wrong place at the wrong time, they're going to be able to control your money. It might even get as ridiculous as controlling what you eat, right? They want to ban cows and farmers and different things because of greenhouse gases or cow farts or something. What if we go to a digital currency? And we're not far off right now. Most people go days or weeks without actually touching money. It's in their account as ones and zeros. They use a debit card to pay for things. Kids are now even saying that if you pay with cash, it's like free. And I don't understand that. I mean, you obviously worked for the cash or it came from somewhere. It's not free. But so many are used to debit cards, credit cards. We're on the brink of a digital currency now. And it will be no different than just having these coins. Somebody will control how you spend it and where you spend it. Now, this was my mother's side of the family. And like I said, my grandfather eventually got out of the coal mine place. Somewhere in here, I thought we had a picture of him as a service member. I don't. Here's where the mine was. Coal Camp, Jewel Ridge. He eventually got out and was able to provide a good living for his family. Now, my father's side of the family had a little general store. I've hit on this before. This would have been my great-great-grandfather. You can see how old the pumps are. Old Model T there. I've got coins. I'm pretty sure this one was the one that he carried around during the Depression. Old Morgans, a couple Eisenhowers. I still have all of the change that my grandfather saved. These are all pure silver quarters. Not a ton of them, but he was smart enough to know what real money was. These are dimes. I've got them marked so I don't ever spend them. Or there's some Rosies in there, some Mercuries. It's a 3-cent piece. It's rhyme, I think they call that. Sorry, my big fingers are in the way. Anyway, this was my great-grandfather. He had this store, and obviously back when they had that, they accepted U.S. currency. Back then it was silver-backed, gold-backed. This was one of the earliest pictures that we have. They were always a mobile gas station. This was years later. They closed the front of the store in that you can see. Sorry about the light. They closed the front of the store in and moved the pumps out a little farther. That was their old store. It's on Route 44 in Pennsylvania. It's no longer there. They moved the bridge, bought the property, tore the store down. This is the inside of the store. It's been my uncle. He's the one that actually saved these coins. And it'd been his dad. Another picture of the store. The light's not the best for this, I guess. Here's an old menu or advertisement flyer for some things. Now think about these prices. Ketchup, 21 cents. Peanut butter, 37 cents. I was looking down here. 2-pound block loaf of cheese for 80 cents. Now a lot of this stuff is still these same prices, but adjusted for paper inflation, right? If you had some dimes or quarters, 80 cents, I bet you could buy close to a pound of cheese. Let's see, that would be 80 cents, 16 bucks. I bet that'd buy you 2 pounds of cheese. Anyway, totally different mindset on this side of the family. They really understood the value of silver. I'm gonna attribute the fact that I'm a stacker today to my grandparents and my great-grandparents. They knew that this was real money. Even now, this is worth way more than paper money. And I don't know, certain people are stackers of silver, gold, different things. You really need to be a stacker of everything, in my opinion. There's not, you can call yourself a prepper, a stacker, or whatever. But when things start turning, and I think we're not too far from it. 24, this year is going to be a pivotal year. I think by 25, wherever you live is where you're going to be staying. You're not going to be able to travel around. I could be wrong. They're pushing different agendas and stuff. Don't know what's going to happen here in Texas, with the border. It's pretty funny that that's happening now. They've been coming across wholesale for years and they never did anything, but now they are. But you need to have silver. I collect dimes and quarters. These ones, I hope I never have to get rid of. These were family heirlooms. I have more. But, you should have beans, rice, some type of food. I mean, a couple of months. And it may take skipping some meals or giving up a vacation or giving up your coffee every morning on the way to work to do that. You should have a way to protect yourself, right? This is a form of protection from inflation. It's a form of protection in case I need to barter for something for my family that I didn't think of stocking up. Don't become a slave. There's nothing worse. Get out of debt. If you have debt, get free from it. It takes a lot of work. Do the debt snowball, pay off the smallest thing first, and then roll that payment onto the next thing. Get yourself out of debt. Get yourself some precious metals. Obviously, I'm not a licensed person to tell you, a financial advisor or anything like that. This is just YouTube university. But it's common sense is what it is when it comes down to it. All right, guys, hope you got something out of this. I don't know if you did. Maybe just me rambling around today. Felt it was important to touch on these topics, share a little family history of why I stack, why I prepare for things. My family's gone through the Depression. They've been slaves in a coal mine. I don't ever want my family, my kids, to go through that. And that's why I stack, and that's why I prepare. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, appreciate it. Leave a comment why you stack or some of your family history. I'd love to hear it. Until next time, stack as big as the sky.